estate investment is a well-known investment that has been pioneered by many investors. The real estate investing is not as difficult as other investments and can bring lucrative returns. However, the outbreak of COVID-19 that hit Malaysia from 2020 until today has changed everything, including real estate investment, which has also been affected into difficult situation. Property investors in Malaysia face various challenges to remain sustainable, and the prospect for property investment should also be re-examined with different strategies. Thus, this research will discuss about points of view about challenges that investors will face if investing in real estate investment and exposed to various internal and external challenges in this area of investment. This research also will discuss about prospect of real estate investment in Malaysia and how investors struggle to handle real estate in a pandemic situation. This research performed by three methods, which are quantitative, qualitative, and mixed, which involves qualitative study collection, and data analysis. Findings of the study show that the investor will face the risk of their return in this investment. In addition, the majority of real estate price and values rise sharply as a result of surrounding factors. To summarize, real estate investment is one of the ways to help a person generate positive returns and grow their wealth. And the prospect for real estate investment in Malaysia are expected to be stable again and provide profits to investors beginning in 2020. Investors who want to invest in real estate property must conduct extensive research in order to thrive in this investment.
Assalamualaikum, my name is AMIRA BALQHIS. I will explain my part, which is introduction of real estate investment. Real estate is an instrument that allows people to invest in property, or in other words, real estate is an investment fund or security that is invested in the form of real estate to generate income. The fund is managed by a shareholder company to earn high return from investors and is traded publicly on the Bursa Saham. All types of real estate investment shares are listed on Bursa Saham Malaysia. There are 5 benefits if we are investing in real estate investment. First, transparency. Real estate investment trade on Bursa Saham Exchange operate under the same rule as other publicly listed security for regulatory and reporting purpose. The second benefit is liquidity. Stock can be sold and bought easily in the market. The next benefit is dividend. This is because real estate investment provides a stable income stream from investor and another else. Real estate investment also has some issues that must be considered before starting an investment. For example, the risk that will be faced by shareholders. There are 2 objectives that need to achieve in this assignment. First, to identify challenges of real estate in Malaysia, and the second is to analyze prospect of real estate investment in Malaysia. The concept will be described and some content for understanding about real estate investment will be given.
This chapter will discuss the concept and theories based on the challenges and prospects of real estate investment in Malaysia. The purpose of investing in real estate investment is to acquire profit for the future to offset the cost of relieve current usage. According to Hogwarts 2011, investors are interested in real estate or property investment are usually because of good rental yields and receiving higher capital. The challenges of real estate investment in Malaysia is risk is impossible to be ignored in investment. A riskier investment does not guarantee a higher return. So even though the gain could be higher, there is still a possibility that investors could gain a lower return despite the high risk. Another challenges that property investors might be facing is inflation. Inflation is when the price of goods and services become expensive. When goods and services become expensive, so cost of materials and wages for construction workers will become expensive as well. Thus, the real estate development price would go up as inflation picks up.
Assalamualaikum. In this part, I will explain regarding research methodology of our report that include on the concept of study, methods of data collection, and also methods of data analysis. The concept of this study, we use qualitative method on our report that based on observations, document analysis, and report analysis. The data was usually non-numerical. This research has been used in political science, social work, and educational research. Qualitative researchers study individuals' understanding of their social reality. Observations are from the matter of observing the reports from the company for certain years by observing the condition of the company from their annual reports. The method of data collection that we used on this report was the information obtained from past research reports, books, newspaper, and also official websites such as Malaysia stock market. The data collected was mostly from Malaysia stock market and collected from the company annual report. This is to know how the company's progress throughout the year. The reports are included in these reports to make our reports more precise and accurate. The data analysis for this report was analyzed based on managing data, combining data, reviewing the results of research findings, and also interpreting the data obtained. By the data analysis that we used in this report, we managed to compile the data taken and made a conclusion of the informations that we obtained. By this, we reviewed the data of research finding and came into conclusion that we compiled in findings.
We will discuss about the challenges of real estate investment in Malaysia. Okay, the first one is the risk of the return. Most of the time, real estate investment is a long-term investment, so the investor will face the higher risk of the return. Some of the institute have provided an average annually rental in some of place. However, averaging is not a guarantee to gain the return because it can change according to the surrounding factors. For example, the buy and hold investor should consider if they have the enough ability to hold the property until it is sold or rented. Besides, they will devote effort to maintain the property's condition and spending time looking for potential purchasers or rental. And the investor also have to face many type of behavior of people in this field, whether it is good or bad. Okay, the second one is the increasing of price and value in real estate. Okay, as we can see that development in Malaysia are having increase and progresses, so that many places are having complete infrastructure and facilities for the convenience of the community, and this will affect to the rising of real estate values and prices. Okay, for example, in metropolitan area such as Kuala Lumpur or Klang have the highest or the expensive in real estate price and values. This is because the demand of the real estate are having increased, and at the same time the supplies also are having decreased, and because of that there will be intense competition between the investor, and this will give a more chance or opportunity to the investor who are having higher income. Okay, next is the prospect of real estate in Malaysia. Okay, we will overview some key trends that will impact to the real estate sector to make prediction whether it is good or bad to invest in real estate. Okay, the first one is the increasing of adults having a complete vaccine. Based on the data, the population who have fully vaccinated increasing by almost 80%. When most of the population have vaccine, their health level will be at optimal level, and at the same time, the infection rate also will be decreased. Then people can do their daily work with a new norm. So, the performance of economic indicators such as GDP or manufacturing activity will have improvement, and this will also affect to the real estate market. Okay, the second is the retention of conducive interest rate. Due to the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, the Central Bank's Monetary Policy Committee MPC has decided to reduce the OPR to 1.75%, and it was expected unchanged until mid-2022. This lower OPR helps the purchasers or the investor to lock the real estate in lower interest rates that are more appropriate in their current financial circumstances. Based on the key trends that we have discussed, in 2022, we can expect the market performance of real estate will have a good improvement than 2021, so that it was a good choice to start invest in real estate, as we know that Malaysia's economy will recovery and we can get a benefit from that situation.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. To conclude what has been discussed so far here, real estate investment is the one of the methods to help a person to generate the positive return in order to grow the wealth. From our findings, we can conclude that investors will face challenges of the risk return in the investment, so they need to be prepared to face the risks. Other than that, this investment may be challenges because of the price and value of the property quite high and increasing every year. As looking for the future prospects of this investment, which are expected to be stable again and will provide higher profits in the future if they start to take an action investing now, because the value of the property is affordable. Last but not least, results of our findings on this topic, we would suggest to the investors who wish to invest in real estate property, please do their homework to gain more knowledge about this property. Hence, from the government side, maybe they should put affordable estimated price for certain property, so that all sections of society can afford to buy and invest in this property. That's all. Thank you.